one of my absolute favorite lipstick shades. It's the most perfect pinky nude. I've talked about my love for this before, but it's the L'Oreal Colourreneeee Satin Lipstick in the shade Worth It. And they just launched 2 new products in the same shade. We have a new lip liner in that shade Worth It. I love the formula of these lip liners. They're so creamy. I'm so excited they finally came out with the lip liner shade. Like, that is perfect. I feel like it just doubled the size of my lips. Which obviously pairs perfectly with the Colourreneeee Satin Lipstick in the same shade. Lipsticks have amazing color payoff. Like, you really only need one swipe. Moisturizes the lips and it's very comfortable to wear. But if you prefer a matte lip, they also came out with the same shade in their Infallible Matte Resistance Liquid Lipstick. The color payoff on this is also amazing. This is a long-lasting lipstick that's going to last you up to 16 hours, and it's going to be transfer and smudge resistant. One shade, 3 different products. Which one do you prefer? Let's try out all these new drugstore makeup launches. Milani just came out with their new Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of high-end skin tint sticks, but I feel like this is the first one I've seen from the drugstore. I'm going to go in with shade 3. This is supposed to be a lightweight blurring skin tint that has light to medium coverage. And I can just tell from the way it glides on the skin that it seems to be very hydrating. Okay, it's actually blending out like very easily. It's taking like 0 effort. It's looking to be like a natural finish. I have some breakouts right here and it actually did a pretty good job at covering it. It's not clinging to dry patches or anything. It actually does feel very hydrating. I'm really liking this. It kind of looks like a very natural second skin product. Like, you could wear this in like a no makeup day. The way it like melted into the skin, like in person, it looks pretty much undetectable. Honestly, reminding me a lot of high-end products. And I also noticed it's made in Italy, which for reference, that's where the Fenty stick is made, as well as the Charlotte Tilbury stick that I love. Here it is up close and personal. It looks so good. CoverGirl came out with new contour and blush balms. This is what it looks like. I feel like it kind of reminds me of something that I've seen before. I don't know. It just looks really familiar to me. I'm going to draw it directly on the skin. Wow. That feels very creamy. Blending it out with a brush. It's blending out fairly easily. The pigment seems to be more on like the natural sheer side. I'm gonna see if I can build it up. And yes, you can build it up. It's a good shade too, because I feel like sometimes with drugstore contours, they just look a little orange. Because it's a contour balm, it's definitely more on the natural side. It looks really pretty with the skin tint that I have underneath. Super user-friendly. I definitely would recommend this to someone that's a beginner or just looking for an easy product to use. This was a shade Sculpted. Now I'm super excited to go in with this bright pink blush. This is a shade Bubblegum Pop. I'm just gonna draw this directly to my face as well. Wow, it's actually like more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. And this also takes 0 effort to blend out as well. It's super pretty. And I'm loving the dewy finish. I would say these are a yes for me. Like, I would definitely wear these on a natural day. I don't think I'd wear it on like full glam days, but like with the skin tint, it's looking so good. e.l.f. came out with new Halo Glow pressed powders. I'm a little scared to try this because this is the lightest shade and it looks a little dark. For reference, this is a shade I would normally go for, and this is the e.l.f. one. I don't know how it's gonna look under my eyes, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna use the powder puff it comes with. I knew that this shade was gonna be weird. So it's supposed to be a blurring powder that also has its own coverage, and I'm usually not a fan of powders that have their own coverage. This half of my face is set and this half is not. I'm honestly like not really impressed with my pores. Like, I feel like they're still very noticeable, if not more noticeable. Here's with the powder. And without, like, I feel like it did nothing for my pores. Also, like, settling into the fine lines under my eye. I don't know about this. I feel like it's not really blurring. Honestly, just prefer their loose halo powder a lot more than this one. It's a lot more blurring. This kind of didn't blur out my skin, like, at all. Do you see that up close? It's, like, settling into all my pores. It's just looking so bad. CoverGirl came out with new yummy lip plumpers, and this one right here is calling my name. Ooh, okay, I wasn't expecting it to have a big wand, but it does. It smells super minty. Right away, you can feel the tingling. It's icy. It kind of feels like the Fenty Ice formula. It makes my lips feel really cold, but I love how shiny it is, and it's not sticky. Try another shade because this one's like a creamy formula. This is the shade Snow Place Like Home. Okay, this one's a little patchy. I like can't get it to look good. I feel like I like the sheer formulas better. One more shade. This is the shade Minter is coming. This one reminds me a lot of Fenty Ice. It's like the same shade. I'm not gonna lie, I normally hate plumping lip glosses because I don't like my lips to hurt, but these ones are like cold, so it doesn't hurt, it's just like cold. So if you like Fenty Ice, or if you like that like icy cold formula that plumps your lips, you would definitely like these. That's all the new products I have to try out. Comment if there's any more you want me to try. I'm doing a full face of my current favorite drugstore makeup, but whatever the price of the product is how many dips or pumps I have to use. I'm a little scared for this because some of these drugstore brands are getting a little out of hand with their prices. My current favorite brow gel is the Ardell Brow Glue, which is $8.44 at Walmart, so I'm gonna do 8 dips. 1, 2, 3, that's kind of a lot. 4, definitely more than I normally use. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just gonna shape them with a clean spoolie. Brows are literally stuck to my head. They are not going anywhere. Current favorite primer is the NYX Face Glue. This stuff is so good. So I guess we have to do 9 squirts of this because this is $9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's so much. I love that this primer is like so extremely hydrating, but it has a tacky finish, so it grips your makeup on. Actually doing like a really good job at soaking into the skin, even though I put so much. Obsessed with this CoverGirl foundation. This is $6.99, so we're gonna do 7 pumps. We're gonna round up, or I guess more like squirts, because they're not a pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Watch, even though I use so much product, it's still gonna blend out to be so skin-like and like natural. And for this to be $7 is insane, because if you go into the drugstore and look at the prices, a lot of foundations are damn near $20. These 7 pumps couldn't even make this foundation look cakey. Like, it still looks so good. Love this Physicians Formula bronzer, and it's $11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Honestly, I could have used more. Okay, so far this is turning out better than I thought it was gonna be. The ColourPop Lip and Cheek Balm is $12. So 12 dips. 1, 2, 3. Good thing I chose a light color. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just gonna blend. It's like the best I can blend this out. Hopefully the concealer will tone this down a bit. Favorite concealer has been this MCO Beauty Brighten and Perfect Cream Concealer, which is $12 at Kroger. We got 12 dips. I'm gonna do 6 on each eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am normally very light-handed with my concealer, so this is way more than I'm used to. Luckily, this concealer is just so creamy that I think it's gonna melt right into my skin. Doesn't look cakey at all either. That's why I love this concealer so much. I'm just now realizing that I could have used the other dips on other parts of my face and not just my eyes. That's okay. Somehow it doesn't look bad. My current favorite drugstore powder is this one from MCO Beauty. It is like literally just as good as Charlotte Tilbury. I'm like looking up the prices as I go, and this is normally $20, but it says it's $11 at Kroger right now. So I'm gonna go with 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna blend this out later. 9, 10. Where else do I need one? 11. Now I'm just gonna like go over it and blend that in. I love how blurring this powder is. That's like exactly what my face needed right now. I have no idea how this is still looking good. I was not expecting that. Go to part 2. These are some drugstore dupes that I think are just as good, if not better, than the original product. The Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. But personally, I like the Catrice one so much better. I think this product is more blurring and doesn't emphasize as much pores and texture as the Charlotte Tilbury one does. It just like filters my skin just a little bit more. They are very, very similar, but I just prefer this one. e.l.f. lip oil, obviously this broke the internet when it duped the Dior lip oil. They both have very similar applicators and they smell minty. The formulas are similar but different. I prefer the e.l.f. one because the Dior one is pretty sticky and the e.l.f. is more hydrating. I feel like no one talks about this Juvia's Place blush. It literally comes with 2 beautiful blushes. Really good formula too. It's easy to blend, it's pigmented, it's not patchy. Guess what? This shade right here is literally the exact same shade as the Dior blush. On the cheeks side by side, you probably would not be able to tell the difference. They are very different formulas though. The Dior one's a little bit more sheer, this is more pigmented, but this is the best dupe that I've found of the Dior blush. Physicians Formula Contour Wand is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. than I, honestly. I feel bad for Charlotte Tilbury because they keep getting duped. I think that this one is just as good, if not a little bit better than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I just had an easier time blending out the Physicians Formula one. I think because the Physicians Formula is a little bit more warmer tone bronzer and this is more cooler toned, that I like this one better because I like warm tones better. So this is the Physicians Formula and this is the Charlotte Tilbury. My e.l.f. Power Grip Primer is clearly so well loved. I love this primer and it's a dupe for the Milk Primer, which I don't have anymore. I just like the e.l.f. one better. I think it was more hydrating on my skin. It made my makeup last longer and it's more affordable, so you can't beat that. Go to part 2.